Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to the Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to the Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation. We are back in action with the WWF, and the WWF has traveled to Santa Cruz, California, and we are hosting a show tonight in the Santa Cruz CIVIC Auditorium. All right, our venue is booked. We are not on television, so we don't have to worry about broadcasters. Let's take a look at our absent workers, nothing but whom we expect to be out. And let's take a look at the backstage incidents. Looks like we have some protege work going on here, which is always good stuff and the sign of a very healthy company, but not nearly as healthy as Al Navarro's perfectly fluffy mullet. I see recently with the youth today that the mullet has made a comeback. Well, good luck, kids. Getting a mullet is good looking as Al Navarro's. All right, let's take a look at our card for tonight, everybody. And as usual, matches that actually weren't on the card will be marked with an asterisk. So you can follow along and see which matches were on the card and which matches weren't. In our opener, we're going to see Velvet McIntyre challenge Sensational Sherri for that World Women's title. The Shadows are going to battle Outback Jack and SD Jones, and Outback Jack may actually score his first win here in about 6 months. Tiger Chung Lee is going to face Sam Houston. Terry Gibbs, the man who once held a title in Florida, will face Bam Bam Bigelow. The Birdman, Koko Ware, is going to battle the one-man gang in a lopsided singles competition. George the Animal Steele will face Dangerous Danny Davis. Killer Khan is going to battle Brutus the Barber Beefcake. The world's strongest man, Ken Patera, will climb into the ring against the walking condominium, King Kong Bundy. Bob Orton will face Ricky Steamboat in our semi-main. And in our main event, everybody, the Rougeau brothers will challenge the Hart Foundation for the World Tag Team title. This is driving me a bit nuts here. I'm changing this around. I'm changing it right now, everybody. George Steele is the crafty ring veteran here, and he deserves to be second. All right, everybody, with all that said, let's get to booking. And here we go in the opener, as we are going to have McIntyre versus Sensational Sherri. I don't know if I've changed Sherri's name over yet. If I haven't, I will now. It's never too late to change a name over. I did change it. Good man. Smarter than I think I am. See how that works, everybody? All right, World Women's title on the line. And yes, I did just call myself a good man. Sensational Sherri with the win. And let's have a little bit more fun with it than that. Let's have her cheat. The heel champion always cheats to win. Yeah. All right, up next here. The Shadows against Outhouse Jack and SD Jones. That's still the greatest nickname. All right, here are the Shadows and Jones. SD Jones has been getting some W's here. Good for him. He deserves it. All right. There we go with the shadows. Here is Outhouse Jack. I forget who I first heard say that, but it's stuck with me ever since, and I find it absolutely hilarious. All right. SD Jones is going to get the pinfall here, and Outback Jack is going to actually get a victory. My goodness. All right. Tiger Chung Lee against Sam Houston. Another 8-minute bout here. Sam Houston, good athlete. Up here and united with his sister Rockin' Robin and his half-brother Jake the Snake Roberts. All right, so we have Gibbs versus Houston. This should actually be a pretty darn good match here. No, it's Tiger Chung Lee. Gibbs would be a better opponent for him. But whatever. All right, here's Tiger Chung Lee. And here is Sam Houston. All right, so we have Lee versus Houston. And Tiger Chung Lee is going to do the favor here to Sam Houston. Tiger Chung Lee, about 74 years old now and still wrestling in Japan. All right, Terry Gibbs up against Bam Bam Bigelow next. Here is Gibbsy. Not Bibbs, but Gibbs. Terry Gibbs was good in the ring. He really was. I don't want to say he was Barry Horowitz level, but he was good. All right, here is the Bammer. Bam Bam Bigelow is going to get that W, everybody. All right, that one is in the books. All right, Koko Ware against One Man Gang. They're going to go 10 minutes here. And for those of you that are younger wrestling fans, don't ever sell Koko Ware short. Don't judge him by his years in the WWF. Judge him by looking at his work in other territories, particularly Memphis, where he was booked properly. Koko Ware was a good wrestler and was a good athlete. In this match, he's losing to the gang, but that's a whole other subject for another time. All right, Danny Davis and George Animal Steele, they're going to go 12. Wouldn't be too much longer after this when Steele would no longer be a full-time wrestler. He would still wrestle on the independents, then he would serve as a road agent in the WWF, and Bret Hart apparently hated him. In fact, I just saw an interview not too long ago where Bret Hart was talking about, like, yeah, 2 weeks before George Steele becomes road agent, he's doing cocaine with us. Next thing we know, 2 weeks later, he's fining us for being late 5 minutes. He was an asshole. Don't quote me, but that's pretty much what Bret Hart was saying. In almost those exact words, especially with the cocaine thing. But is there anybody Bret Hart likes? He pretty much trash talks everybody. And I get the impression that he thinks he really won wrestling matches and that nobody else put him over. That's just my take. I respect Bret Hart a great deal. I think he and Jim the Animal Neidhart were one of the greatest teams of all time. They were fantastic. What else can I say about him? I liked him. I really liked him in about 97 in his singles run. He was really entertaining. He was a really good heel. He was a very good fundamental wrestler. I don't think... How do I put this? He was very good. There's no doubt about it. He was very, very good. I don't know. I always look at him as a tag team wrestler, and I can't help it, but that's just the way I see him, and there I plugged him in because we're talking about him. Some people call him the greatest of all time in the ring. Well, maybe he's up there with in-ring work, but as far as like outstanding wrestlers, in my opinion, he's not on the level of a prime Ric Flair. He's definitely not on the level of a prime Hulk Hogan as far as drawing power and everything else. Yeah, he was pretty popular in Europe and all, but the houses when he was on top weren't nearly what they were with a guy like Hogan on top. Obviously, he was a better wrestler than Hogan, no doubt, but wrestling's not just in ring. Wrestling's about selling tickets and becoming larger than wrestling itself. All right, Brutus Beefcake with the win here, everybody, over Killer Khan. That could be controversial, what I'm saying, but I don't know. Like I said, I think Bret Hart's terrific, but I just don't put him on that top tier level as I would with others. And that's just my opinion on him. To me, Bruno Sammartino is a bigger wrestler than Bret Hart was due to his contributions and due to how long he was on top. And unfortunately, I don't like how negative Bret Hart is now and how he trash talks people all the time. And maybe it's a result of the strokes. Maybe his brain is somewhat damaged. I don't know. But every time you watch an interview with him, it's always him trash talking somebody. And I don't know. But I did think his Hall of Fame speech was that 2017 was excellent with him getting in with the Anvil. They were, when I was a little kid, they were my favorite tag team. And they were a terrific team. Just absolutely terrific. And I said for years that they should be in the Hall of Fame as a tag team. And fortunately that happened. So that's good. All right, what are we going to do here? We're going to have Patera versus Bundy. Let's put this one to a draw. And let's go with a double DQ because we're still trying to build up Patera. Bundy was damaged after WrestleMania 2, but we got him with a comeback here too. So we'll do that. We'll do a double DQ. And next we have Orton and Steamboat. In real life, Orton is on his way out of the WWF here. I can't remember how much longer he has left, but I think he was gone in September or October. So we'll probably do the exact same thing in the save, make it realistic. All right, here is Orton and Steamboat. This should be a fantastic bout. And we're going to have Ricky Steamboat go over on this one. All right, and that brings us to our main event here, everybody, which is the Rougeaus, who are baby faces still at this point. And they were good. They were a good team. I think the Rougeau brothers should be in the Hall of Fame because their in-ring skills were terrific. You want to talk about brother combinations in wrestling? These two are right up there. They were really, really good. They got really over when they became heels. They were outstanding heels, but they were pretty good baby faces too. And you can never take away from their in-ring ability. I wonder what the climate was here with the Harts at this point. I've never heard Bret Hart trash talk the Rougeaus. I could be wrong. I've heard him talk about the Dynamite Kid incident, but I've never heard him trash talk the Rougeaus. All right, here is the big main event, the World Tag Team title crown is on the line here. Bret Hart's going to get the win for his team, and the Harts are going to get some help here from Jimmy Hart. They're going to have some outside manager interference. Just listen to a 2-hour interview with Jimmy Hart about his career. It was filmed about 10, 12 years ago. It was very good. Very good. That guy's got a story and a half for wrestling. He was a really hardworking guy, and that's why he got the success he got. All right, let's go ahead and run this one, everybody, and let's see how we do. We're just under 2.5 hours here, and that's okay with us. All right, McIntyre versus Sensational Sherri. Sherri gets the win here over McIntyre. After cheating, she beats her with that sleeper hold. 73 and a 51. Outstanding score. 69 for a ladies match here. An opening ladies match. Good stuff. And there we go. SD Jones gets the win over Shadow number 2 with that headbutt. And Outback Jack finally wins the match. We're going to look that up at the end here. We're going to see that one. See what his record is. All right, Sam Houston gets the win over Tiger Chung Lee. 55 and a 50 nets us a 42. And that's fair enough. This is a small crowd, only 2,400 people in this auditorium. But that's okay. Bigelow gets the win over Terry Gibbs with that power bomb. I don't think the Bammer was really using the power bomb at this point. I think he was doing that cartwheel thing that ended in a splash, but I could be wrong. 62 for those two. And here we go. Ware against the one-man gang. Koko uses superior overness here and does the favor for one-man gang. Gets us a 72 on this card. Good stuff. And good work from Koko Beware doing his part here. All right, Davis against George Steele. And Steele beats Davis with that flying hammerlock. I always dug that flying hammerlock. The animal looked like he was killing somebody with that thing. I would like to see somebody bring that back today. That flying hammerlock was awesome. The way those the opponents would scream and try to escape it was great. I would really like to see that make a comeback today. All right, Killer Khan against Brutus the Barber Beefcake. 67 overall, 73-45. Not bad at all. They got good chemistry. That's good stuff. All right, up next here, Patera and King Kong Bundy. Double DQ. 73 overall for these two, 75 and a 70. Good stuff. That's a nice match. 73. I'll take it. All right, up next here we have Bob Orton and Ricky Steamboat. And just as I predicted, this one did not disappoint. Good stuff here. 85 overall. Steamer gets the win with that flying karate chop. And yes, I did just call him Steamer. And I'll do it again, too. I'm not ashamed. All right, up next here, the big main event, an outstanding score. 92 overall for this one. A really good tag match. And let me tell you something. In real life, this would have been a 92 tag match because both these teams could go. No doubt about it. 99, 97, 92, 77. Green all over the place. And Bret Hart gets the win after that big heart attack by way of Jimmy Hart. And you know that megaphone was involved. Let's go ahead and finish this one up. And we are going to make a speech here. We're going to point out the Rougeaus. We don't do that enough. There's Jacques. Here's Raymond, also known as Raymond or Ray. And I'd also like to point out Steamboat. All right, so we're going to go with great performance, great performance, great performance. We're going to make that speech. Jacques is pleased. Ray is pleased. Rick Steamboat is pleased. And we're heading back to the main screen here, and we're also pleased. We can clean up the tour sheet. With that one, we'll have a couple more dates here. I don't know if we got a TV taping coming up or not. And then we roll into the first week of September. We will have television tapings all week long. Lou Albano, the captain's going to retire. He would break retirement not too much longer after that. Ray Apollon's retiring. How old was he at this point? 62. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's take a look at Outhouse Jack. Outhouse Jack. And see what his record is. It's not going to be good. He is 14-14. I forget about all those TV tapings we did. He was getting a lot of wins. Not lately, but he was getting a lot of wins before. All right, fair enough. All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody, for this one. For those of you that are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Let us know you found the channel and what you think of it so far. For those of you looking for more, for those of you looking for version 11 of the Super Mod, head on over to patreon.com/PowerCast Network. And there you will find the download link for version 11. You'll also get access to all of our spreadsheets, all of our shows early and ad-free, and so much more. Everybody, check it out today. Patreon.com/PowerCast Network. It's just $5, the price of a cup of coffee, and you get all that. And it's awesome. All right. Check us out on social media, facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. And don't forget, everybody, to head on over to thewfia.org and get yourself a free membership to Wrestling Fans International Association today, everybody. Again, it's 100% free, and it will get you a free subscription to the digital version of Wrestling Fan News. Check it out today, everybody, thewfia.org. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We continue marching our way on towards Christmas. I wish you and your family a happy and blessed holiday season.